1st of January in an auditing year. Texans everywhere away with hope and with fear. The House is led by Bonnet, the Senate Patrick. They'll seem to legislate about your guns and your chick.
Well, it starts off in committee, that's how all bills begin. Members voted to the floor, then one more vote and it's in. A law is born in Texas, just how easy was that? Done without a single Democrat.
Puts me over the ledge.
The GOP.
Puts me over the ledge.
Supermajority.
Puts me over the ledge.
All this goddamn liberty. I think I'm going over the ledge.
Well, Texas has been known to be a very red state, but all the Democrats, I know they do prognosticate. San Antonio is liberal, and Austin is too. Even Dallas now and Houston seem to be turning blue.
But now where are all these voters, all your true bleeding hearts? Texas turning blue seems to be just a farce. You want a better future for your kids and your grands, you've got the power right in your hands.
Puts me over the ledge.
Voter apathy.
Puts me over the ledge.
Silent majority.
It takes a lot more than tweets or viral Facebook posts.
So get your asses out there and vote. Let's talk about the 86th session.
An apocalyptic history lesson. Countless constitutional transgressions. Local control, but only with permission. Abbott wants to build a great big wall. And Dan Patrick's gonna cause a brawl. Property taxes ain't gonna fall. Seriously, what's wrong with the legislature, y'all?
And I'm over the ledge. Stop telling me where to be.
Over the ledge.
They're taking our society.
Over the ledge.
Texas is a calamity.
Over the ledge.
Where the hell is my sovereignty?
Over the ledge.
Heaven help me.
2, 3, 4.
I'm living. I'm dying. Please help me. I'm crying. I'm scared. I'm going over the
Hello, I'm the goddess of liberty. I stand on top, or sit on top of the legislature. It was kind of a rough session. Liberty got a little beat up. But by day, I go by Stephanie Chiarello. I'm your host. This is Over the Ledge, the #1. Thank you. And as my dad says, only political satire show based solely on the Texas Legislature. So thanks so much for being here. By a round of applause, who's never come to one of our shows before? Okay, and who doesn't know me or remember the cast? Yes! That's the outreach I'm looking for. All right, well, so you can see we're among friends. So buy a few more drinks. For those of you who haven't seen the show before, you might be wondering, what could possibly be funny about the Texas Legislature, right? And will there be jokes about gerrymandering? And if there are jokes about gerrymandering, am I sitting in the section where there will be jokes about gerrymandering? Or have they been redistricted to another section? If you have seen our show before, then you know we like to tackle only the hottest of hot issues, like education, healthcare, immigration. And because of your support in this show, we have solved all the problems. I'm healed! The Texas miracle! Thank you! Oh yeah! We are winning! 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 Oh, it feels good to lie! And we're having some problems. You might think the world is on fire. You are not alone. Part of our problem here in Texas is that we're under one-party rule. It's kind of a Republican trifecta. which if you went to school in Texas looks like a square. That means that the Senate is ruled by Republicans, the House is ruled by Republicans, and the governor is ruled by Chick-fil-a. Okay, and as you might also know, we only meet in odd number years because in even number years, I don't have any problems. Well, 2019 was an odd numbered year, and this was quite a session. So let's talk about the 86th session! I know what is on your mind, Representative Gary Van Deaver! Yeah, I don't know anything about him. I just like to say his name, right? I bet you're thinking about our speaker, Dennis Bonnen, right? You might have heard of Bongazi, Bonengate, Bonbonanono, Bonengaboo-boo, yeah, Bonnen a bye-bye. So apparently he let himself be recorded saying some not so great things on a cassette tape. That's right, a cassette tape. Okay, so I guess it's true what they say about conservatives. They're stuck in the 80s. All right, I'm just going to say one little thing about Briscoe Kane and his shenanigans. I don't like to talk about people that way, right? Let's talk about former acting Secretary of State David Whitley. He came under some scrutiny because he tried to kick thousands of registered voters off the rolls. He only stepped back from this position when critics found egregious errors on his list. And I just want to say, David, if you're here, no, I've invited him every night. You might have gotten away with it if you had put just one white person on the list. Right? Now, Greg Abbott stood by David Whitley throughout this ordeal, and when Whitley resigned, Abbott hired him onto his own staff. Because come on, a good discriminator is hard to find. Governor Greg Abbott signed the so-called Save Chick-fil-a bill into law. Right? So this bill says that a government cannot penalize a business for actions the business takes based on religious beliefs. Right? So of course, as expected, it does not apply on Sundays. Because Chick-fil-a is closed on. Thank you. Yeah, all right. I just want you to know that when I'm walking around the airport, I am looking forward to getting a juice from the Sarah Scientology juice bar, right? Because I just want everything to come out clear. Right? Just be sure to steer clear of the People's Temple's Kool-Aid stand. Yeah, that's what religious freedom is, everybody. A recent poll found that some Texans support banning abortion in the early stages of pregnancy. Next week, they'll poll women. The House passed the bleeding control bill, but much to the disappointment of men across the state, it does not actually regulate women's periods. We still have them, guys. Incoming Senator Angela Paxton, who is married to indicted Attorney General Ken Paxton, ran her campaign on cleaning up government. She won her seat, the very first bill she introduced, made the crime that her husband is accused of committing not a crime. Yeah, I did not make that up, right? Said Ken, that's what I call a friend with benefits. State Representative Jonathan Stickland has announced that he will not be seeking re-election. Yes, this came as a huge letdown to no one. Except us, honestly. We don't know what we're going to write about. He said he came to this conclusion after a long conversation with God. In other news, I believe in God again. State Representative James Tallarico won his election in 2018 at the tender age of 29. So I just want to congratulate him on being the youngest member of the Texas House and for giving my parents another reason to be disappointed in me. That's great. Texas also passed the hemp bill. Yeah, this has left hundreds of marijuana cases in limbo because defendants can now argue that they were smoking hemp. I just hope one day blunt forces will weed out these criminals and they will be held to justice for these high crimes. You're welcome. One more. I got 2 more. All right, Texas increased the legal age to buy nicotine from 18 to 21. Okay, which means now it's more convenient to get a gun legally and rob a store for cigarettes than it is to just wait. Okay, and finally, it really hurts in here, the governor vetoed a bill that would have made Bowie the official knife in Texas. He also rejected the notion that Lone Star was the beer of Texas, that H-E-B was the grocer of Texas, and when asked to comment on the phrase, "The stars at night are big and bright," he refused to clap. That's all I'm gonna say. We are nonpartisan here, all right? We can't talk about everything that happened this last session, but we've got some great sketches for you. I want you to know that 2 or 3 sketches after this is one about gun violence in schools, and based on every other audience not laughing, we're still doing it! But get ready for that one. We also have a very special guest who will join us in the second act. Representative Sarah Davis is here. All right, are y'all ready to go?
This episode's brought to you by Buc-ee's. For when you've been driving for 9 hours straight, your kids won't stop screaming in the back, and you just want to poop in peace. Today we're bringing in contestants all across this great state just to see how well they think they can vote. But first, let's introduce our panel of judges. Returning from last season, he's the man of the hour, Governor Greg Abbott!
But I do have to ask, are beavers native to Texas? Are you a legal beaver? Got my eye on you.
Wowee! The eyes of Texas are truly upon me. And next to him, his former nominee for Secretary of State and current Special Advisor, David Whitley!
Greetings, Bucky. Love what you've done with the set. But does anyone have a heating lamp?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Greg. Let the games begin, Bucky.
Ooh, it's like staring in the eyes of a black hole. And last but certainly not least, she's one of only 6 female Republican senators. She's married to Attorney General Ken Paxton. She's the pistol-packing mama herself, Angela Paxton!
Pistol-packing mama, yes I am. Yes I am. I'm a pistol-packing mama. You can buy my CD. And I also have cassette tapes.
No one knows what a tape is. Truly a triple threat. Now it's time to see which of our lucky contestants thinks they can vote. First up, we have Miss Carla Lopez. Carla's parents moved here 20 years ago. She's a recent graduate of Texas A&M, gig 'em, and she likes to volunteer for Meals on Wheels on the weekends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Carla to So You Think You Can Vote!
Hi, I'm Carla Lopez. I'm a naturalized citizen, and I am one of the 100,000 voters that David Whitley tried to strike on a voter roll in error. But I'm here to show you that I think I can vote.
Hold on, Missy. Are you registered to vote?
I've been registered for 8 years.
Where's your birth certificate?
Show us your papers.
Right here.
You got 12 months of utility bills?
Yeah.
You got your Texas driver's license? your personal identification card, your election ID certificate, a passport, a bank statement, a government check, photo identification less than 4 years old. Oh, pay stub from September 2017?
Yes, and yes.
Well, you got your 4th grade report card?
Well, I don't know if I have that in here. Let me double
The
check.
name of your childhood crush?
Wait, what does it have to do with me voting?
A bag of baby teeth?
Why would I have a bag of baby teeth? Look, let me just show you my photo ID and my voter registration card, and that'll clear up everything. You know, I mean, I'm registered to vote. I am a voter. I am registered to vote. Why? Oh my God, he's gonna do it!
Well, damn. Guess you can't vote. Maybe one day a Lopez will make it to round 2. Up next, we have Miss Brittany Perkins. Brittany's a student at Texas State University. Eat 'em up cats. She's a Pisces, plays the banjo for fun, and is considering joining the Peace Corpses. But before she does, she's gonna take a road trip around Texas to visit all of her family and friends, and's gonna stop at every Buc-ee's along the way. Buc-ee's, for when your liberal education has put funny ideas into your head, making you think you need a wall hanging to remind you to live, laugh, and love. Welcome, Brittany, to So You Think You Can Vote!
Hi, my name's Brittany, and I'm an anthropology major, and I just turned 18 and registered to vote.
Hold on, girlie. You say you are an anthropology major?
Yes.
What kind of hippy-dippy BS is that? I'll have you know that I could have majored in theater, but I chose math. And that's how I know I had 4 children in 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Babies.
We're asking the questions here, Missy. You got your voter ID?
I sure do, it's right here.
Alright. Oh, is this your current address?
Well, no, I just moved to a new dorm. And
So you admit you lied on your registration.
And is that a wedding ring I see on your finger?
it sure is. My high school sweetheart and I eloped last summer.
What's his last name?
Well, it's Johnson. I'll be Mrs. Perkins Johnson.
Oh, sorry, Brittany. Our systems do not process hyphens or egalitarian last names.
Is that a joke?
Nope.
Who drove you here?
Well, Andy did, but what does that matter?
Wait, was there somebody else in the car with you?
My best friend Julia.
3 people in a car? Well, you best not go try to vote like that.
And are you the same Brittany Perkins that registered to vote in Alabama?
Well, I've never been to Alabama.
Sorry, Brittany! No vote for you! Come on back next time when you got your first paycheck with income taxes.
Going off the voter roll with no evidence?
I got her.
You're doing great!
Okay, I'm going. You can run, but you can't hide. Where'd you go? Just give me a second. Okay.
Almost. Jeepers creepers! Talk about Secretary of Snake! Guess it's just us now. Up next we have Mr. Brock Logan, and Brock's a white guy. That's all you gotta know.
Hi y'all, I'm Brock Logan Chandler. I'm like white. I'm from like Plano. I like mayo sandwiches and like ultimate frisbee. I don't really know if I'm like registered to vote or not, but like maybe my mom did it for me. I don't know.
My goodness, you're from Plano? You're my constituent. You can vote twice as far as I can.
Yeah.
No, you are!
Yeah.
Finally, a legitimate voter!
Congratulations, Brock. You just won this week's episode of So You Think You Can Vote!
Awesome. Like, what do I win?
Well, you get to vote in the next fall election.
When's that?
Well, that's no better than this.
No, I'm good.
Now, come on. I'll just take you over here and show you how to vote all the way down the path.
That's an innuendo, and that means it's the end of our show. Join us next week while we visit former felons who think they can vote. And don't forget to stop by Buc-ee's for all of your We Don't Call 911 memorabilia needs. See you next time on So You Think You Can Vote. Bye-bye.
Lisa.
I mean, this Chick-fil-A bill should be about our rights. Our rights to roam. Our rights to grow to our full potential. Our rights to live our lives peacefully on the farm. Instead, it's about Chick-fil-A's rights. Chick-fil-A's rights to murder us. We're the ones getting dismembered and deep fried. We're the ones locked up in cages. What's worse than chickens in cages?
Children in cages would be pretty bad.
Ernest!
Oh.
Seriously, though, we should turn them into our fast food, like, welcome to human fillet. Can I take your order?
Yes! Oh, I would love a one-header on a mayo sandwich! Ooh, and some of those deep-fried little girl strips with a side of that zesty baby sauce. I love deep-fried humans!
Hey, have you guys tried Cane's? The sauce is overrated, but the chicken's pretty good. It's pretty good, yeah.
Cannibal?
And another wacky bill in the Lege! They allow 6 chickens per residence! 6 chickens! Can you imagine?
OMG, that is like state-mandated chicken slavery. That's what that is.
Wasn't slavery abolished from the Emancipation Proclamation?
Ernest!
I mean, it's a slippery slope! With people having chickens in their backyards, what's next? People marrying chickens?
You know who's behind this, don't you?
Bad Christians!
No! It's Big Chicken.
Oh.
They're making their move.
Yeah, this bill's impact us way more than the humans! Oh, I mean those poor people in San Antonio can't get my little sister deep fried between 2 buttery buns with a pickle in their airport. Oh, boo-hoo!
Yeah, it's totally wow. You know what? I'm sick of it. It's time to rise up. It's time to take a stand. Stand on our own 2 feet. Seize the day. Spread our wings. Yeah. Do you know how many chickens do you even think there are in Texas?
Oh, Wikipedia said 650 million!
Yeah, for real. And how many humans?
Oh, it was 29 million!
Don't you see it?
There was no excuse for Popeyes to run out of sandwiches when they did.
No, that's not it. We outnumber them by like a factor of 22 to 1.
Oh.
For every 1 human, there's like 22 chickens. Well, I'm done. Flock this.
We can take it!
You know, we can crime I'm not gonna
I can't believe this.
Cravens Curtis, you know what? Screw you featherless 2-foot. I'm gonna fly up and peck out your squishy eye.
What are you...
Chicken salmonella!
Oh, what are you doing here? Don't you know about Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, they kill chickens for fun.
No, they discriminate against any person that doesn't fit the socio-psycho-social sexual gender paradigm. And they use their money to shame people and oppress people. Why? I don't even eat here, and I don't want any chicken I raise sold here.
You mean you've come down here to stick up for us chickens because we're exceptional and special and, like, different?
No, I'm gonna sell you to Popeyes. They'll serve anybody. Come on.
And you're open on Sundays.
We sure did. We made excellent progress in solving the issue, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations, Representative. Congratulations, Senator.
Congratulations, Governor. Congratulations.
Right.
I'm sure glad we finally did something about those school shootings.
Yeah, me too. We finally found a solution that doesn't take away our Second Amendment rights.
You know, I knew that was an important issue for you, Senator.
It's true.
Or Governor.
It's all right. You had a little bit too much of shine earlier.
But I'm just glad that we could come to a compromise.
Yes.
All we had to do was prepare the children.
Oh, prep them and teach them about situations in the real world.
That's right. Thanks to Texas House Bill 496, every public school in Texas is having an active shooter station just in case.
That's true.
In case shooting happens, they'll be prepared.
Yep, we're gonna prep them and teach them how to use gauze, tourniquets, and compression bandages. It's truly monumental. We're taking bystanders and making them into first responders. It's so good, y'all. Oh, for the real world.
Now we solved the shooting issues.
Huh?
How can we fix it more?
Oh, that's a great question.
That's true. We don't want them voters to think that we are not thorough or competent enough to save our children.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I was thinking we should take advantage of those liberal arts classes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Teach these children how to camouflage themselves. That way they can hide in plain sight in case an emergency happens.
Mm-hmm.
You mean like a desk, a white wall, or even a locker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't shoot what you can't see.
Woo, congratulations, Representative!
You are my man! Wow! I can't wait to just think of other ideas with y'all. Oh! Well,
yeah, come on.
I do. I got
You're
something
holding
here.
out on us.
I got something up here. All right.
What is it?
So, safety is our #1 concern. So I think we should start requiring school uniforms. But not just any school uniforms. School uniforms that are made out of bulletproof material, of course. Bulletproof! Yeah!
I like what you're saying, but I'm going to be honest with you, it sounds kind of expensive.
I thought you said that.
Hey, I care about the money, I care about the government and our money, come on.
Now, we as a government couldn't fund this. But true Texas families would have no problem with funding this for their children. And I know a company that makes the exact thing.
And the other children?
Well, we're going to have to find a solution. Now, of course, it's not going to be made out of the same material, bulletproof material, but it'll look the same. Yeah. Yeah, might as well.
Oh, like separate but equal? The true Texas!
You
There is an active shooter at Austin Waterloo Elementary School. Teachers, huddled with their students in the cafeteria, are live streaming the horror. They reported at least 12 students and 2 teachers have been shot. Police have surrounded the school, and they have not yet made contact with the shooter.
Well, we've given them tourniquets. We've given them bandages.
And we taught them how to be first responders instead of bystanders.
What more can we do?
This is beyond men now. Raise your glasses. It's like I've always said. Thoughts and prayers! Thoughts and prayers!
Very serious. You know, it's a very serious topic, and I hope we can agree that marijuana is a gateway drug.
Oh, gateway drug.
Yeah.
Gateway drug.
Gateway drug.
It's a gateway drug.
Very, very dangerous.
Rare. Yeah, you start doing pot, start doing other things.
Yeah, just slippery slope, just
Yeah,
all the
slippery
way.
slope.
Terrible thing.
Kills brain cells.
Kills them.
And it has all sorts of crazy psychoactive side effects.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
Uh-huh.
Very
Fact.
dangerous.
It's bad. It's not good. It's
Not-
You gotta keep out of the streets, right?
Yeah.
I mean, since we're on the topic, I had a friend, he told me one time that he smoked a pot or whatever, and he slept for 20 hours straight.
Whoa. 20 hours?
Straight.
He didn't wake up in the middle of nothing, didn't pee himself?
No, said it was the best sleep he's ever had.
Really?
Yeah.
From marijuana to cigarettes.
Yeah, exact one of those.
That's interesting because I knew a guy in college
Yeah.
who ate one of those the brownies.
Eatable.
Yeah, eatable. He ate one of those. He stayed up for 2 days straight, and then he just told everyone he could taste his teeth. Yeah,
See,
it's weird.
You know, with this common mistake.
Uh-huh.
You know, with the eatables, I read about it. I don't know from
Right.
personal.
None of us.
But
yeah.
what I read on the interwebs about the eatables is that your body metabolizes the THC differently, which is super duper stoned.
Okay,
That's probably what happened.
Hey, believe me.
Not you, your friend.
Right, yeah, and believe me, my friend figured that out the next weekend when he went camping.
Oh man, camping stoned is the best. I've heard.
Almost makes up for the fact that you're camping.
You know, it's a gateway.
Gateway. Opens all kinds of gates. Just.
It's like riding a bike with no helmet.
It's
so dangerous. It's
So
like riding a
dangerous.
bike with no helmet. It's like, man, it's like going to work and not going on the incognito tab.
That's true, but I mean,
You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
I've been there.
But okay, getting away from the point. It's a gateway.
Gateway drug. So dangerous.
I mean, I had another friend. We just. Mr. Popular. Mr. Two friends. Yeah. He told me one time that he took that marijuana to Denver with his wife last month. He totally forgot what sex was like when you're high. Oh man.
Really? Was it better than you remembered in the 70s?
Oh man. He said better. Like he could see all kinds of colors. It was so potent. Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a little scary?
Oh no. He said it was like rad. You know how they rad. That's what they say. You know they're all Like
I think what Senator Mills is trying to say is that with marijuana you get a really intense temporary high.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why it's so dangerous. That's why it's a gateway drug. That's why it's basically heroin.
Gateway drug? It's exactly like heroin.
Basically, it's heroin.
I can't tell the two apart.
No. He killed his father once.
Yes.
Yeah. He killed his dad. Just
Cold shot him dead.
I'm sorry we had to bring it up.
It's a touchy subject. I'm sorry.
It is. For no one more than me. For some reason, I apologize. Again, I'm stepping over the boundary.
But you know, we're here to discuss this, to try and get rid of this terrible thing, because I knew another guy, no relation, just all these friends. He said that he got so high he was able to book a flight to Mexico City.
Mexico City?
Mexico City.
That's crazy.
Yeah, travel agent. Yeah, travel agent and everything.
That's wild. Hey,
Muy loco.
Yeah.
one of my neighbors told me he got so high once they started speaking fluent French.
Oh, sacre bleu! Oh, man.
I knew a guy. I knew a guy that got so high he won a state senate seat. I'm just kidding. I don't know anything.
It's a gateway.
Gateway drug. It destroys families.
Destroys families. Kills his father.
From the
the only reason it should be legal for medical reasons or for any reason is if you have pharmacopsychosis, intractable epilepsy, and that's in this state. That's how we.
Oh, I completely agree.
Terrible.
I concur.
Do you concur?
I concur. That's how.
That's a double
concur.
See, though, one of my constituents told me that he knows a doctor that'll give you that exact diagnosis for pharmacopsychosis, intractable epilepsy, cancer. And then you can smoke it legally. This is what he told me. He told me this, one of my constituents.
Oh.
So I'm thinking.
We need his contact number.
Yes.
We need to get in touch with this doctor.
You gotta get him off the street.
Maybe a Senate.
That's what I was thinking.
Investigation.
Maybe we have a hearing.
Hearing?
Yep.
Oh,
Definitely. Maybe 2 hearings.
2 hearings. As many as we need. Hearing after hearing, just as many as we need.
Yeah. We got to look into this. But look, guys, I got good news. My wife is in Toledo, Ohio this weekend. Sewing convention. We could put a couch, Nintendo, down in the basement. Totally have the committee hearing down there.
Yes! Hey, well, we're talking about us getting stoned, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I have the reports on the bills that are going to be heard on the Senate floor today, so Senator Lucio? Oh my God! Senator Lucio! Alex, come in here!
Oh my God, is he okay?
Does he look okay? He's dead. Está muerto.
What happened? How did he die?
Catholic guilt, old age, hypothesis about it. The man was elected during the Sam Houston administration. He grew up thinking cigarettes were healthy.
Sweet baby Jesus. I'm gonna go get some help.
Wait!
What do you mean, wait? We have to get him a priest so he can get
Close
his
the door.
last rites.
Put your phone away.
We need a priest.
Lieutenant Governor Patrick needs Lucio to be on the Senate floor today. He needs Senator Lucio.
He can't go to the floor because he's dead.
Look who knows so much. I'm calling Geppetto.
Pinocchio's father?
Did someone call me?
Lieutenant Governor Patrick, we need your help. He's dead.
No! No. This is not my first rodeo. I do this all the time with Whitmire.
We finally made it to the Senate floor.
So glad to be here. I'm glad to be here with Dan Patrick. Such a man. Wise man. Learned so much.
Molly, why is Dan Patrick making Senator Lucio
love the Pope. Love Dan Patrick. I want to be like the Pope.
This is so stupid. What's the point of keeping this act up?
The point is, I need this job. I need the health insurance.
Before I go on, I'd like to say that I say grace. Say grace before I eat gum. Like Dan Patrick, I say grace before chips and salsa.
What's going on? I'm taking a nap. Dan! Patrick! So godlike. What do you need me to do, say? What am I doing? Oh, shoot. It's not the first time I threw democratic values under the bus. Hell, it doesn't matter which way I vote. I'm gonna do what I want, because I'm Lucio.
It's my favorite Democrat.
One day.
It's election day!
One chance
It's election day!
for a new Texas.
It's election day!
Join us for a musical about a blue hope in a red land where good triumphs over evil.
Definitely!
Where a group of true believers finally create a new day.
It's election day!
Join us for Democats, starring Kirk Watson.
I'm so proud to be your state senator.
Celia Israel.
Gays are trending.
Wendy Davis.
Stand with me!
And a whole litter of Democratic idealists. Democats, a story whose time has finally arrived. Hopefully.
It's a good thing we have lives
Because
we live in Texas!
Democats coming to a ballot box near you.
Women too! And men! Human! Why are you here? Go! There's those people litter boxes out there and snacks and concessions! I will go to the light. And there's a 15-minute intermission!
Female legislative staffers, has this ever happened to you?
Do you need something, Representative Ray?
Yeah, I need you to sit on my lap.
yeah!
Good morning, Senator Schwertner. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good, because I see your thong matches my tongue.
Hello, Representative Stickland.
Morning. You been licked yet?
This happens every day!
And how does that make you feel?
Mad.
Disgusted!
Like I don't even matter.
Then why don't you do something about it?
How can we?
If we speak up, we would ruin our careers.
If I did what I really wanted to do, I'd be put in jail.
You're sexual harassment superhero.
What's that?
Your sexual harassment superhero, or SHSH, or is a vaccine that is only administered with consent. May I vaccinate you?
You sure can.
That's called consent. Shasha is a vaccine that is programmed to act as a security system for your body to inoculate you against the career consequences of speaking up for yourself. So you don't have to worry anymore. You're not alone. Shasha is with you. Watch this.
Good morning, Senator. Oh, I say good morning. A real good morning. Just as good as you look in that skirt. Yeah.
Did someone say shasha?
Shasha! Oh, I'm so ashamed. So ashamed.
Will shasha work for us?
Give it a try.
May I vaccinate you?
You may.
May I vaccinate you?
Of course.
May I vaccinate you?
I guess so.
Wait a second! That's not affirmative consent!
Yes, you may.
That's affirmative consent!
Watch this.
Hey, let me show you the copier to see if we can reproduce. You know, in a sex way.
Shasha! Lights, camera, shishashi!
You know I'm a lawyer, right? And I got the sexiest briefs in town.
Shasha! Shanope!
Can we please get the woman to smile?
Shasha!
Do I have your consent to snap your neck?
Damn you, consent!
The sexual harassment superhero. Ladies, there's a superhero in all of us, and the more we stand up for ourselves and each other, the stronger it becomes. Side effects include more self-esteem, improved self-worth, weight loss, uplift in attitude, more equal pay for all genders, and breaking the glass ceiling.
Did you say weight loss?
The show is available at our merchandise table for free while supplies last.
This is my fight
Welcome to Austin Public Access TV on Spectrum Channel 16. I'm John Busey, freshman Democratic State Representative from Williamson County.
And I'm Donna Howard. State Representative from North Austin, and I go a little West Austin, and I go pretty far south. You know, gerrymandered.
Today we're bringing you your favorite musical hits with a little political twist. I hear Hamilton's doing pretty well. Help fund the fun party. Hey Donna, how do you tell the difference between an alligator and a crocodile?
The shapes of their noses and eyes.
It depends. Do you see it later after a while? 2020, the Democrats are back. The House awakens!
I mean, they said that in 2012.
We don't talk about that.
2014.
That wasn't our year.
2016. 2018.
Hey, we did pretty good in 2018.
But 2020?
The House awakens!
So the Democratic caucus members are here and proud to bring you memories. Greatest hits when the Democrats ran the state.
And this is the kicking off our album, and this is going to be an actual album, like one that you put on a record player. Oh my God, I just got that. Record
is map maker by the redistricting committees. Next year, a new census, and the year after that, new representation.
And maybe this time, actual representation for Democrats and minorities.
map maker. Map maker, look at your votes and draw me a perfect map. Map maker, make it be fair. Please, voters care. Map maker, seriously though, don't let our democracy go.
What an important message. Our very democracy is hinging on fair district maps.
You know what they say about the size of a member's district?
Oh no. Oh.
Gotta have the same number of people.
John, do you know that Texas ranks 43rd in the nation for education?
Sounds right.
And 7th in the nation for teen births?
Yep.
And 5th in the nation for repeat teen births?
Yep.
And do you know who's in, charge of all that in Texas?
Molly, my loving wife.
No, John, imbeciles.
Why do people keep voting for idiots then?
Well, here are the filibusters to give us imbeciles in the style of America from West Side Story.
Why are you voting for idiots? Seriously, why are they idiots? Everything ruined by idiots.
2010-year-old.
He's an idiot. I like a quality education. I like time for vacation. I like health care for all.
I don't want a big wall.
Why are you voting for idiots? Seriously, why those idiots? Anything but those idiots.
Jonathan Stickland.
He's an idiot. Seriously, don't vote for idiots.
I gotta say, I'm pretty good with those idiots. I mean, I've made so many friends in my freshman class. They vote terribly on the floor, yes, I agree, but in the lounge, there's just some guys to share a pint of ice cream with,
Great.
I'm just a positive person. Always looking for the future. Something better will happen tomorrow.
Or something worse if people don't vote.
And capping off the album is tomorrow. A look ahead at 2020 when the Democrats take over and the House awakens! Yeah!
The Dems will come out tomorrow. Bet your MAGA hat that tomorrow there'll be Dems. We're believing in tomorrow. Vote for Democrats and lose the sorrow till there's none. When I see a rep that's mean and petty, I just stick out my chin and grin and say, the Dems will come out tomorrow, so you gotta hang on till tomorrow. Come one day, tomorrow, I love ya, tomorrow, you're only a vote away.
This album can be yours with 3 easy payments of $19.99, payable by traveler's checks only.
Or just vote and register to vote and vote in your best interests here in Texas, all the way down the valley.
Oh, the memories. How great they must have been.
Did someone say memories? All alone at the Capitol. I could smile
Every time. Come on.
Is that
out there, Texas, I'm Mom.
And I'm Paul, and we're the Gothics.
We got our noses on the grindstone.
Ears to the rail.
And fingers on the pulse of the great Republic of Texas.
Basically, we're a farmer's Facebook,
A grassland Instagram.
a ranch Reddit.
We're watching and we're listening.
Yep,
And we know a thing or two because we've done a thing or two.
Sometimes twice.
And we come here from the Texas Gothic Farm and Ranch just outside of Mercury, Texas,
The center of Texas.
to tell you a thing or two.
You might want to take notes.
A thing or two about living.
Yep.
About loving.
Yep.
About being a well-rounded, well-grounded, contributing individual who doesn't do something stupid like move into your parents' windowless and air-conditionless garden shed to save rent, all the while telling people you're participating in the worldwide tiny house movement.
Please stop watching HGTV.
And we figured that you folks here in Austin would like a bit of country wisdom from some Texas elder statespersons, because you people like things like brisket beer.
Meat doesn't belong in a glass.
Celery-infused vodka.
Salad doesn't belong in a box.
And tofu dogs wrapped in faking bacon.
Meat that isn't real meat doesn't belong in your mouth.
And we think we got here to Austin just in time because it seems like some of our legislators have lost their ways.
Surprise, surprise.
Especially some leading Republicans.
Surprise, surprise.
Now, politics is dirty business.
Backstabbing.
Backbiting.
Mean.
Smear campaigns are de rigueur.
It's like watching Bean Girls over and over.
Well, it seemed to start back in 2018 when Governor Greg Abbott behaved in any way other than a Republican and a gentleman when he lobbed baseless accusations and thousands of dollars into the war chests of people running against his fellow Republican Representative Sir Davis.
Greg Abbott is a party pooper. Literally.
And it seemed that his biggest gripe with her was just that Representative Sir Davis seems to think that people ought to be able to talk to their doctors in private, and they ought to be able to make medical choices with their doctor and not Governor Greg Abbott.
Keep your nose from my stitches and breeches, Governor Abbott.
But our biggest shenanigan continues to unfold as we stand right here.
Yep.
It seems that after what was considered a successful first session, Speaker Bonin got his friend Representative Burrows, who's the head of the Republican caucus, to go with him to meet a fella named Michael Quinn Sullivan.
Who's that?
Well, Michael Quinn Sullivan is a fella who has a dubious news website and a political pressure group called Empower Texans, and he goes by his initials, MQS.
Like a supervillain. Or a serial killer.
Well, Speaker Bonin asked MQS if he would take out some incumbents in the next election, and in exchange, he would give him bona fide press credentials that would give him access to all the legislators on the floor.
That's called bribery.
Then he left the room and had Mr. Burrows read off the names.
That's called trying to create plausible deniability.
And then MQS put on his dubious news website that he had had a meeting with these fellas, but nobody paid attention.
What'd he do then?
Well, then, he put on his dubious news website that he had a tape recording of the whole thing.
He must have gotten that idea from Nixon.
And then, after some people heard it, Speaker Bonin apologized to his peers, saying, "Oh, I'm sorry I said that, but come on, you know I talk like that all the time because I don't have a filter." We say,
get a filter.
And now, the Public Integrity Unit of the Texas Rangers
That's a real thing, folks.
is galloping around trying to figure out what to do with Mr. Bonin and Mr. Burrows.
Don't worry, Chuck Norris is on the job.
Seems like Mr. Bonin is up a creek without a paddle.
Seems like he could use a friend.
Yep, but to have a friend, you got to be a friend.
Yep.
And to be a friend, you got to be a person of virtue.
Yep.
That's why at the Texas Gothic Farm and Ranch, we're turning our old barn into the Republican retreat for the rejuvenation of rejected virtues and podcast studio.
Everyone needs a podcast.
At the Republican retreat for the rejuvenation of rejected virtues and podcast studio, you will learn the 4 cardinal virtues as set forth by Plato in CDXXVI.
That's Roman for 426.
BC.
That's American for BC.
The first virtue you will learn is wisdom. Now, wisdom is the ability to know the difference between that which is bad, that which is good, and that which is neutral. For instance, giving someone a bribe.
That's bad.
Giving someone a sandwich.
That's good.
Bribing someone with a sandwich.
That's neutral. It depends on the sandwich.
It's a process. The second virtue is justice. That's attending to the common good of all and making sure that some get their just due.
Everybody gets a sandwich. Unless you don't have any teeth. Then you get a smoothie. That is your just due.
The third virtue is fortitude. That's doing the right thing all the time, even if it's hard or scary or if your friends are doing the wrong thing.
If someone drops their sandwich and doesn't notice, you have to give it back to them, even if it looks better than your own sandwich.
The fourth virtue is temperance, and that's getting a hold of your desires and appetites.
Don't eat all the sandwiches. Or try to have sex with them. No matter how hot they look in a tube top. Some people like a hot sandwich.
It's a process. So, if you're looking for a way to rejuvenate your virtues and do all the good things that you said you're gonna do when you asked your mama for campaign money.
Don't you want to make your mama proud, Bonin?
And if you're looking for a way to develop your brand while you go through the process and broadcast it on the World Wide Web,
Everyone needs a podcast.
then look no further than Texas Gothic Ranch to satisfy all your virtue rejuvenating and podcasting needs.
God bless Texas.
Aw, that's right, Pa.
Yep.
Thank you. Looks like how we really bring y'all down right there, right, for the most exciting part of the show. So I so hope she has stayed through the first act. But let's go ahead and bring out State Rep Sarah Davis, please. Oh, he's so kind. Thank you, Elliot. Hi. Hello. Is it what you expected?
The show?
Yeah.
Yes, I have lots of emotions.
Well, I have some questions, but nobody is here to watch me ask questions. They really just want to hear you tell stories. So I wrote some words down. I thought we'd start with Greg Abbott. Awkward. It's okay. Let's go back to me. What sketch do you think most captures what it's like to work in the Lege?
Oh. Well, I will be honest, there were some parts that the jokes I didn't get, and I'm a member of the Lege, so
it's not really a snake.
Okay, yeah.
His name's Johnny, he's one of the writers, really talented.
Okay, that's good, because I didn't remember that episode. Yeah, or that character.
Well, we take things and then we heighten them, and that's satire. That's what my lawyer says. So, yeah, as long as no one would really believe Whitley was a snake, I can't get sued. That's what you're saying.
Okay, and so the bad wig for the governor, that was on purpose?
Yes. See, we're heightening that he has a strange hairline. It's weird, right?
I think he has a wonderful hairline.
Of course you do. Okay, so tell me what made you go to politics besides the lucrative salary.
Right, it was originally for the money. I was, working as a lawyer, making plenty of money, and I thought, why not make $700 or more a month? So I decided.
I can see where that could, one more yacht, right?
One more pair of Louboutins. So
can y'all hear her, Mike?
Yeah.
Is mine better?
Yeah. I think you're just a little louder.
Oh, I'm just so excited that you're here. I really am, truly excited.
Yeah, you definitely make Republicans feel very welcome in your show.
Thank you. We had a review and they said we'd leave left, and I was like, what? So thank you for that. Thank you for that. It's hard to kick people when they're down.
Yeah, I mean, Democrats should know.
Yeah. I mean, I try. How would you make fun of Democrats?
Oh, no, I'm not here. I'm here with my good colleague, Jessica. We're not going to be making fun of.
Tell me.
All I will say is free stuff for everybody. That's how I make fun of Democrats. And I do this when I say.
This is the free stuff.
Jazz hand.
But who doesn't like free stuff?
Hey, I love free stuff for everybody, for all the people, but someone has to pay for it.
But it's not me.
That's probably true. I'm sorry.
Please, game on, Sarah Davis.
Shit, I'm sorry. She told me don't try and be funny, and I'm really
just be you.
Trying not to be funny. I just can't help it.
But pick on me. Okay, so tell me about the blanket caucus.
The blanket caucus.
And we're not talking about blanketing everyone with money, I guess.
Or mail, but if you live in my district, you'll get blanketed with political mail. Now, the blanket caucus is Carol Alvarado, who is a dear friend of mine. She is now in the Senate. You know, the Senate. I don't care for the Senate, but she before
say that, but you won't.
I mean, I'll die on that hill. House versus Senate any day of the week. But, yes. But Carol is now senator. She was in the House. She's from Houston, and
I've heard of Houston.
Yeah, it's a pretty big city, and bigger than. And we actually know how to do traffic and drive. So they're awesome.
How about building those roads underwater?
We're working on that. There actually are going to build underground. The entire system of downtown is actually, all the buildings are essentially connected through a downtown tunnel system. So, because it's so hot in Houston, you can't walk outside actually downtown. So we have a whole tunnel system that y'all don't even know about.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear you tell me that.
Yeah. But at any rate, Carol Alvarado, I just adore her, and if you've been on the House floor or been in the chamber, it is cold. Because men, run the show, basically, they set the temperature, and so they freeze us. Most of the women are always freezing. I see women wearing gloves on the House floor.
It's not just for boxing.
No, because this was a smaller member, so I don't think that. But we bring brisket. No. Female legislators. Yeah. So we all bring blankets. I have an electric blanket, and Carol turned around because I sit right behind her on the floor, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, we should start a blanket caucus." And I was like, "The bipartisan blanket caucus." So then we were just silly about it, and anytime there was something that was like a controversial bill, so we had a scale of bipartisanship. So we would have like a big blanket if it was a bipartisan bill, or like a Kleenex if it was not, and we would just kind of get silly about it, and we ended up putting some of the stuff on Twitter, and then we both got so much reaction that was a positive reaction.
Everybody likes to be warm.
So we get gifted blankets all the time. I give Carol blankets. I went to during session, I walked across the floor or the rotunda and brought her a blanket to the Senate. But she doesn't have an outlet. It's like in the House we have these outlets on the floor, so she can't use it. She can't use the electric blanket.
Did you have to shower after you went on the Senate floor?
I did feel a little weird. I'll be honest with you, I was kind of surprised that they let me in. I always get nervous when I walk over to the other chamber, because the first time I ever approached the door, they get in front of me and they're like, "Ma'am, you can't go in there." And I'm like, "No, I can." And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "No, I can. Look in the book, I'm in there." And so now I'm always afraid that they're gonna say I can't.
Those guys don't work there anymore.
Yeah, that's right. And I have been asked to leave once, but that's another story.
But we've got time. I haven't seen the light bump yet.
I have not been asked to leave since Carol has been in this.
Oh, okay, so you've got a protector over there.
Yes.
And you really don't want to run for Senate? Or you just want to skip right to governor? No. After redistricting. There's so many opportunities.
That's true. True. Well, I don't know. Based on what you were saying tonight, y'all are gonna flip the House. So
it's just awakening, however it wants to awaken. Look, I want to remind you that Michael Quinn Sullivan is nonpartisan. He is a 401c3.
I'm so glad you remind us of that.
Yeah. So I too am nonpartisan. Yeah. But I like your idea about free stuff. I'm gonna work on that.
All the free stuff.
Free. That's the song.
Yeah. If I were doing a production, I would have a song where people were dancing and all the free stuff.
Next year. You think I'm joking, but I will do that.
We'll do a tap dance about free stuff. And then somebody will not be working, but we'll still give them free stuff. Right? 'Cause
I know you will.
yeah. Let's talk about Sticklin and Tinderhold, some of my favorite people. This is a serious question. Is it a persona, or is that what they're really like all the time?
I think it's both. I mean, I've never really interacted with Tony Tinderholt that much, but he was very nice to me at one point in the session. I thought he was very sweet. He said, "You're not talkative as much as you have been from last session, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay." And I just thought, wow, that's really nice that he knows who I am, and thought, I don't know, something was wrong. They took the time to just check.
That's nice.
Yeah, so I thought that was a really sweet thing, and I've never, other than that, I don't really interact or, I'm not entirely sure where he's from or what part of Texas, but I don't go there. I don't go into his area.
It's Arlington. He's from Arlington. I don't blame you. I'm from there. Don't go there.
They don't allow Republicans like me in that area, so.
They used to, but they certainly don't right now.
But I would say that he's very sweet. Just, if you were to ask me, do you like him? Do you think he's a nice guy? I would say, yeah, I do. Now, I don't agree with some of the stuff that he, says or does, but as a one-on-one interaction, he's been nice.
This is a great.
Not the same with Sticklin, but I wouldn't say.
Sometimes you just think about Sticklin sitting there at lunch all alone, and you want to go comfort him, but then you get there, and then you decide it's a bad idea.
No, it's really, and it's fun to kind of taunt him. And I will be honest with you, he enjoys it because he loves attention, even if you're telling him I'm glad you're not
Sarah
vaccinated.
Davis is talking to me. Sarah Davis talked to me today.
No. He does like to, at first I thought it was, because he liked me because he was always walking around me, and then I realized my desk is right in front of Lege Council, so he's really just working on amendments, but
not on bills.
Yeah.
Right, because he passed one, right?
That's right, I voted against it. Yeah. I went to the back mic, and I wasn't even, while I was in the House, I was researching in Representative Garen's office, and I realized that Mr. Sticklin's bill was on the floor, and I thought, wait a second, is that gonna take money out of for health care for my hospital? So he
wasn't trying to give
away
free things.
No, he was not. Okay.
That is not a defector we want.
No.
Okay, I want you to know that we have some standards. No.
So, but he can be nice too. I don't like him, right? And that's, he knows that. I have told him that in many different ways. A lot of different terminology used. He still comes back for more. But I will say this about Jonathan, that he can also be, again, he can be kind of fun. I'm a prankster in the house. So every session, if you want to go pull someone off the floor, you have that little pad of paper, those little slips that you fill out and you give to the pages, and they come in and you give them to the member, and it's like, lobbyist X wants to see you, and you're like, trash can. And they're like, constituent B's out front, and you're like, watch my desk.
And when I sign the form, you're like, no.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. But so I steal these every session, and I typically, I will pick someone or two at the most to sort of mess with. And Jonathan was one. When he was a freshman, I got him, and I sent him a note that he had a constituent in a blue dress in the gallery that wanted to meet him, and then I got to watch him go up and walk around the gallery. And so that was Carol Alvarado and I. So she sends me, and she's like, go steal the pad, go steal the pad. And I'm like, okay, you know. So Jonathan figured it out, and so like this session, you know, he came over at one point to my desk, and he's like, hey, you know, what are you gonna do? Who are you gonna get? And I was like, I haven't really thought strategically through that. And then he's like, well, you gotta find someone. And this is horrible because I can't remember this guy's name as I'm telling the story, but he's a freshman Republican, and I sent him a note that said that the governor wanted to see him. And he believed it. And so Jonathan went over and reported to me later that he called his wife and his chief of staff and was really excited because he thought he was going to meet with the governor, and he literally went to the governor's office and they had to tell him that the governor's office. I was so afraid that it would be found out that it was me.
No one will know now.
I also sent this one freshman I sent him a note that said it was from Boris Miles, and I wanted to talk to you about your bill, so I didn't realize Boris wasn't on the floor that day. But it didn't matter because he didn't understand either, so he went over there and spent an hour talking to every senator about why Boris Miles wanted to talk to him about his bill, and what bill was that even about, because I didn't specify. So he was so confused, and that night I ran into Boris at dinner at a restaurant, and I said, Boris, so I've got this Jared Patterson. I said, I've got this freshman that was on the Senate floor looking for you, and it's a joke, but like, can you play along? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. And you know Boris, he's like, yeah, I got that motherfucker. You know what I mean? And so the next day he went back over there, and I didn't witness any of it, but apparently, Boris kind of played it up for a while. But I did get a text from the guy who was like, from Representative Patterson, and he was nice. He said, nice joke. So he took it, he wasn't offended. He laughed and thought it was funny.
And the governor ran a candidate against you. No coincidence.
No, this was last session. Oh. I'd already beat the governor, so no.
Well, couldn't we talk to Representative Davis forever? We could, but I have some of your colleagues here, and I'm just going to bring them out. I know, surprise. I'm sorry, Bobby Joe. Come on out.
Bobby Joe's been having an anxiety attack this whole night.
This wasn't in the notes. So here we go. I'm sure you recognize your colleagues here, but I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Are y'all mic'd up?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know me.
Okay. So go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us where you're from. Who do you represent?
Well, I'm Sally Jo Johnson. I'm from Yellowbird, Texas. And I'll be honest, I do not want this job. It is an awful job to go to Austin. But before me, it was a golden retriever. Before me, it was a Shetland pony. And then none of the animals wanted to do it. We drew straws. I lost. And now they make me come here, and it's awful.
Well, welcome. Ma'am.
Hello, my name's Bert.
Thank you. That is so non-democratic of me, and I'm sorry.
Yeah, hey, yeah, come on.
Well, there's not a sticker with the pronouns, so I like when we wear the stickers, then you know exactly the right pronoun.
They always wear stickers in Austin.
Well, I'm your representative, as you know, Bert. But you might have recognized me from Leanne's boot barn down in Milan, Texas.
Oh.
That was and I decided to run, so there you go.
Wow. So what you're telling me is anyone can run for office and win?
Anybody.
Anyone.
Yep.
Wow.
I tell you what, I was selling this guy a pair of boots, and he was like, so how long have you worked here? And I was like, well, about 15 years or so, and I was like, maybe I'll do something different. And so I ended up working at the Dairy Queen. And then I decided to run.
Milan, thank you, Bird. Thank you. Well, let's get right down to it. Representative, what do you wish your constituents, and this is for you, Representative Davis. Yeah, that's okay. So, you've never played this game before.
Are y'all Democrats or Republicans? I can't figure it out.
Why does it matter? Why does it matter?
I guess you should know.
Oh, I think y'all made it.
Problem in Austin, y'all.
It's all right. Yeah, I hate it, you know? But at the same time, I love it. So, you got a blanket?
It is awful.
It is cold. It is cold up here. What do you wish your constituents were paying attention to that they're not?
Not this.
What an endorsement from Representative Davis. Not this show. Anything but this show. Okay, I hear that. I hear your constructive feedback.
I'm teasing, you know, sometimes.
Oh, it's okay. I got pieces of leather that I sometimes sniff. Use it as a handkerchief.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So you can understand that Representative Davis hates comedy. Sally Jo, what do you wish your people were paying attention to that they're not?
Oh my goodness. Now, being an agricultural community, I gotta tell you,
I really struggled with that.
do not do enough to think about the needs of the animals in the house. And I would really like for my people to be able to advocate more for that. That's why we've been sending animals to represent. Thinking maybe if your colleague is a goat, you will think about the needs of that goat. So I'm here to represent that.
Thank you. Big Bird, I see you have something to say.
I'm against that. But, I mean, I brought my rug for this interview. It's made out of a cow that I enjoyed. And other politicians enjoy that too. So I'm sorry. I worked in the boot barn. So I'm
at least you use all parts of the animal.
Well,
trying to help you.
Well, it's okay, but you know, can't we just be on opposite sides and still have to go for the fight?
How about if you were governor for a day, what would you like to do?
That's a great one.
Seriously? What would you do?
What would be different?
Would you want me to answer
in session or not in session?
We are in session. All right, there's been a terrible accident. I would never wish for that.
No. I would
You were
enjoy
the designated survivor. You were in the bunker. All right, they bring you up. You've got to lead Texas. First thing that you're going to do.
I think I would be the kind of governor that would enjoy the veto power the most. I think I would exercise that veto power a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Sally Jo.
Oh, let me tell you, one of my big concerns every time I come to this city is the food they eat. They eat raw fish, and I don't even understand it. Like, where is the fish coming from? It's a landlocked city, and why is it raw? So I would pass some better laws. I mean, I would never put a steak in front of you raw. I mean, bleeding, yes, but not raw. So I just would want to fix that. I would definitely start there.
Okay, Bert. Governor Bert.
Whoa. Who knew that happened?
You said you wanted a new job.
That's usually how I usually find a new job. When I say that and then boom. All right, picture this. It's probably going to be like, I don't know, let's pick a day. July, 29th. The day starts out, it's nice outside. And then, an iPod, I start playing mine. And then the best music comes on the floor. You know what I'm talking about. We're gonna start dancing. And then you look underneath your seat, and boom, Dairy Queen. You got a dip cone. And then I basically say, all right, there you go. I totally did the thing from Oprah or Ellen, but we got it. We really got to come together. And we got some ice cream. We're happy. happy. We're on a little sugar rush, but let's really talk about the things that we can potentially. You're laughing, but I'm pretty sure that this is how people come together.
I hate to ruin this for you, but we have all you can eat ice cream in the members lounge. Well, if you were eligible to be a page for a day, we have page for the day, and typically by like 11, we're real tired as members, so we take them and feed them a bunch of ice cream and then return them to their parents.
I gotta tell you, Sparky didn't tell me about that.
Yeah, all the Bluebell ice cream you can eat.
Nice, a Bluebell.
And we also have free iced tea and lemonade and coffee.
Oh, well.
And there's a ship shining station.
I don't know, that's in the men's restroom, so we're not,
In the restroom?
we're not allowed to.
I'm sorry.
No wonder your boots are so shiny.
Yeah, it's true. But I mean, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe
Now,
if I was
the
going
Senate
for a
gets
day.
a chef. These senators have a chef that prepares food for them.
The
Your
whole
House
time?
members are just eating sandwiches all the time.
Don't get me like Sally Field from Mrs. Doubtfire. The whole time? The whole time! Oh!
Sandwiches are Chick-fil-A, pretty much.
Well, that's okay, I guess. You don't know what side I am on, so I'm going to play both. I may or may not enjoy that
My
sandwich.
side doesn't acknowledge that I'm on their side,
I know I might sound crazy here, but if you wanted to get some Dairy Queen afterwards, so we can talk about what have you, and I mean, let it be.
I'm sorry, we could do this all night.
We could.
I'm having a good time.
No, we're not going to do this.
No, we're gonna end here. What do you think's gonna happen 2020 in Texas, election-wise?
Election-wise,
or spiritually.
I will say everything's going to be okay. When Joe Strauss announced that he was not coming back, I just was beside myself upset, and I called and I'm like, I can't believe, Joe, what are you doing? And he said, I just want a podcast. And he said, just take a breath and it's all going to be okay. I mean, and it is. Every election is the most important election of our lifetime, and
historic.
It's the most.
Everything
it's the
is
historic
historic.
election.
Think about it.
But no, I mean, I think it'll be the campaign-wise is going to be real ugly and nasty. But I don't think that the House is going to flip in 2020. But I think it's going to be real ugly. However we end up. I think the campaign's going to be. Yeah, I think it'll be really negative. I mean, that's my favorite kind of campaign anyway. So I'm
Great, thank you very much. Sally Joe, take us home.
I just gotta say, there's something my dad used to always say to me when I started this job. And he said, politicians are like potatoes. And I know a lot about potatoes growing up on a farm. And here's the thing, they're hard. They have eyes everywhere. And if you put those things over an open fire, they'll crack.
I do not condone burning alive. I am against that. I'll meet you at Dairy Queen. I can be there.
I don't know about this Yahoo in the middle.
I'm just saying, that's what happened to our first senator. He was an owl.
He was an owl? Is that what you said?
Owl.
A cow?
I'm still a roasted owl.
A Tootsie Pop. All right, Bert, we've gotten off course.
All
Take us
right.
home.
Well, let's be real, because you don't know where I stand on this. It's going to be scary for sure. Just like that one time when our shipment of shoes did not come on in, like our boots, and I was like, oh no, that's what we sell. But you gotta make do. You know, maybe you need to come on in for a belt instead. You need to come on in for a hobby horse, because that's in our kids section. You know, the stick with the horse head. Or maybe you just want to come on in for the nice smells, or maybe you end up realizing that there's something else there that you weren't even recognizing, and realize that, hey, okay, I'll go down that route. I'll try a different hat, or I'll compromise.
I just want to end there. I'll try a different hat. All right. Thank you to our guests.